Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to be back with another video. For today's video, it is the second episode of my new series called Make Up Your Mind. Today's topic is going to be over the concept of time. Obviously, time is a very important topic as it is a part of our everyday lives. Our very being is being in time, and everything that happens to us and everything that we do is in some way connected to time. Time is just moving so fast, but also sometimes it moves so slowly, so it's like, what is actually going on? Also, I always say time is an illusion, but what do I even mean by that? So yeah, I'm really excited about today's topic. And then the makeup look I'll be doing is a smoky eye. Haven't done a smoky eye in forever, but we'll see how it turns out. So I want to start by talking about time in relation to nature. Often when we talk about time, we are thinking about a sort of progress or progressing forward, modernizing society, improving, advancing, and time is always being measured when things happen. As things happen, time goes by, and we want the things to happen to benefit us. Life is things happening, and we see this sort of progress towards an end. When I was in college, I took a class, and I'm actually forgetting the name of this class, but we read a book called Politics of Nature by the philosopher Bruno Latour. Latour talks about time's two arrows, one to modernize, where the arrow points from pure nature to society, and then the other arrow to ecologize, which the arrow points from society to pure nature. Latour is basically saying that us distinguishing nature and society comes from a construct of modern day perspective. In a sense, progress is allowing us to believe that we are separate from nature and we can change it and we can manipulate it. Of course, Latour is arguing that this separation of society and nature is false. Ultimately, what Latour is saying is that us acting on nature is our social development. We can kind of imagine a world that is completely untouched by humans, where the earth rotates, nature still does its thing, plants grow and die, the circle of life, photosynthesis. In this world, there is no nostalgia, there's no traces of memory, there's no longing for a future that'll never come, because there's no human perspective. When it comes to time, it's hard to say if time only exists with the human perspective. In my opinion, it still exists, but it doesn't exist as we know it. This kind of leads to the idea that we are time, and the flow of time is not a characteristic in nature, it is our particular perspective of it or our relation to it, which is where the idea of time being an illusion comes in. I'm gonna read what ChatGPT told me when I asked it, what does the law of nature say about time? In essence, the law of nature about time reflects its dual nature as a measurable phenomenon in the physical world and as a deeply subjective experience shaped by consciousness. That being said, time in a way is an illusion because yes, it is being measured, but also your unique relation to whatever it is that you're doing influences the way you're perceiving the time. The true nature of time is beyond our understanding. We don't know the future and we learn lessons from the past, so we have this idea of progress. This is also how we know that time is real, because if time was not real, there would be perfect certainty. The past, present, and the future would all exist at once. We would know everything. And that is the way we understand time. I am going to transition to the eye makeup. The philosophical discussion will resume after I've done my eyes. I'm first going in with a transition shade. So I'm just taking this light brown. I'm now taking the black shade just as close to the lash line as you can and just placing it right in the center. We're gonna go in with a blending brush. This one's slightly more like fluffy than the other one. Take a little bit of the black and we'll begin blending out the smoky eye on the outline there. Go back in with that first transition shade and that first brush we were using and just smooth it all out. I am taking a flat brush and this cream shade, just applying this to the brow bone. Now I am just gonna put on some eyeliner and mascara. Okay, finally done with the eyes. Now just going back to the concept of time where I had left off, just talking about how time would be so different, maybe not even exist if we had perfect certainty. I read this very interesting book once about this very rare mushroom that thrives in destruction. So when it comes to a lot of pollution happening, deforestation, obviously plants are dying, but this one type of mushroom is just thriving while all these other plants die. And in this book, the author, she talks about time and how she says time is ripe for sensing precarity. Precarity meaning the unknown or uncertainty, of course. As soon as you lose certainty or as soon as you don't know what's happening proves time. The present moment or our perspective of the now is all we know as certain. She kind of asked the question of why isn't the unknown the center of our systematicity? Maybe it's just because it's the unknown and you can't really do anything with it. There's nothing to go off of, like what are you supposed to do when you don't know anything, you know? It is really new ideas, new knowledge, different perspectives, strange encounters that lead to change. We could also say that unpredictability and uncertainty is what creates change and ultimately transforms us. Just know one thing about the future is certain, and that is nothing is certain. So the possibilities are endless. Going back to the dual nature of time and how it is this phenomenon that's measurable, but it's also this unique perspective that we have. For example, we find that In the morning when you wake up, an hour feels like 5 minutes, whereas at work, 5 minutes feels like an hour. And it's really our perspective of what's happening and our relation to what we're doing that gives us this feeling of the time that has passed. As we know, in the US and A, we love to work, working super hard day and night, overtime. And that cultural perspective also influences our perspective of time. And it changes from culture to culture. You go to a different country and you find that time moves in a different way. A real life example, I traveled to the country of Burma, which is drastically different than the US. My first day there, that one day felt like I had been there 30 days and 30 nights. I am not even joking. It's just the way that people move through time there is just so drastically different than the way it is experienced in the US. So it's the way you engage with what's happening, the way you perceive what you are doing in the present moment that influences the way time moves through you and the way you move through time. So again, time is an illusion, and we can use that to our own benefit by being delusional. Sometimes I genuinely go into work and I'm like, I hope that I'm here forever because I love being here at work. It's gonna be so great. And I'm just having that perspective because I know it'll make the time fly by. Sometimes you just have to be delusional. That's just the way it is. And the look is officially complete. I want to end this video by reading a quote from the Flaming Lips. In one of their songs, they say, "I was waiting on the moment, but the moment never came. All the billion other moments were just slipping all away." I just wanted to read this quote to inspire you all to live in the moment. Sometimes we are waiting for a sign from the universe, or we're waiting for something to happen before we can do something else. So it's like, stop waiting for these random signs from the universe. Do what you can do in the present moment and just embrace the now, because the present moment, it is a tremendous gift and it is very unique to this human experience. Thank you all for watching. If you have any suggestions for videos you want to see on this series, please leave a comment down below and I will see you on the next video.